It is
Gypsy
crazy.
Rose went live with me.
Tell now.
Did she battle you?
No, we just had a good conversation. People kept being like, she wants to collab, and I'm like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collabing with a murderer. We're not doing it this year.
Jeffree Star and Gypsy Rose Blanchard are two polarizing figures whose lives and reputations have often been the subject of intense public fascination and debate. Jeffree, a beauty mogul and internet personality known for his blunt commentary and dramatic flair, is no stranger to controversy. Gypsy, on the other hand, is infamous for her involvement in the death of her mother, Dee Blanchard, a case that drew widespread media coverage and inspired the HBO documentary Mommy, Dad and Dearest and the dramatized series The Act. The two, despite their drastically different backgrounds and public personas, found their lives intersecting in a way that no one could have predicted. At first, their connection seemed to be based on mutual respect and admiration, or at least that is what it looked like on the surface. However, as with many stories in the realm of internet fame, things took a dramatic turn. Their brief camaraderie unraveled into a public feud marked by Jeffree's sharp commentary and Gypsy's strategic silence.
It is
Gypsy
crazy.
Rose went live with me.
Tell now.
Did she battle you?
No, we just had a good conversation. People kept being like, she wants to collab, and I'm like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collabing with a murderer. We're not doing it this year. And she's also learning TikTok, and imagine you're in prison for so long and the phone is so new.
Oh my God.
It's like, it must be such a
Could you
trip.
imagine what that even feels like?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my issue is that she thought I was all great, and then a couple weeks later, someone sends her a clip of a joke I made. Unfollow. She can't handle the humor.
Aw, boring.
This story is not just about a falling out between two public figures. It's a tale that raises questions about loyalty, authenticity, and the ethics of building a brand on controversy. Let's dive into the complicated history of Jeffree Star and Gypsy Rose, explore the fallout that followed their unlikely friendship, and examine the implications of their actions in the public eye. To understand the fallout between Jeffree Star and Gypsy Rose, we first need to look back at how their paths crossed in the first place. The timeline of their interaction is short but eventful, beginning with a TikTok live session that quickly captured the attention of the internet. At the time, Gypsy had recently started to rebuild her life after spending nearly a decade in prison. Having gained freedom and a chance to tell her side of the story, she ventured into the world of social media, hoping to carve out a new identity as an influencer.
So I'm about to show you how to make a prison-style energy drink with only 4 ingredients. I want to disclose that this is a non-alcoholic drink, so I don't promote alcohol on my channel. So the first thing you'll need is a bag of Jolly Ranchers, Kool-Aid Hawaiian Punch singles, a strawberry Fanta, and Folgers instant coffee.
Jeffree, a seasoned veteran in the world of online fame, appeared to take Gypsy under his wing. During the TikTok live, he was effusive in his praise, calling Gypsy iconic and encouraging his followers to send her virtual gifts, digital tokens that can be exchanged for real money.
If you guys are new to TikTok or watching Gypsy, you guys see how it says 1.1 above or below my name? Those are how many people have tapped, or how many times our screen's been tapped. So when people double tap the screen, you guys, it does share out the live. TikTok pushes it to the top. And I have the most likes or taps on anyone's live ever. We broke all the records for that. That was only like 2 weeks ago too, which is wild. Thank you. Yes, y'all, the iconic Gypsy Rose is in the building. Everyone send her a gift, say hi. Yes. Look at all the diva hats.
These gestures seem to reflect genuine support, with Jeffree going out of his way to explain the mechanics of TikTok to Gypsy, who was still new to the platform. He even joked about giving her his phone number so they could stay in touch. And at one point, he floated the idea of hosting Gypsy at his Wyoming home for a makeover session.
We got a big old ranch in the middle of nowhere. I live in Wyoming now.
Okay. I'd always want to visit there. It's just, I don't think that state is talked about enough, honestly.
It's not. It's the 9th biggest as far as land, but it's the least populated. Isn't that wild?
Huh.
So I'm out in the middle of nowhere, peace and quiet. I like to work and travel and have a wild life and then come back and be grounded and just be away from everyone.
feel ya. I do.
At the time, this interaction was seen as a positive moment for both individuals. Gypsy, who was trying to rebrand herself and transition into life as a public figure, benefited from Jeffree's massive platform and endorsement. Meanwhile, Jeffree, always one to seize a viral moment, basked in the attention that came from associating with someone whose story had captivated millions. For a brief period, it seemed like this unlikely duo might have a future of collaborations ahead. However, this budding friendship did not last long. The first major crack in their relationship appeared during one of Jeffree's infamous TikTok live sessions, this time while he was shopping at Target. It was during this stream that Jeffree made a series of comments about Gypsy that many found shocking. In a tone that was equal parts sarcastic and dismissive, Jeffree joked about Gypsy's past, saying, "Don't kill the next one," a clear reference to her involvement in the murder of her mother. He followed this up by quipping that he'd meet Gypsy in the next documentary, a jab at the media attention her life has garnered.
You guys want to say hi to Gypsy? Love you. Don't kill the next one. Alright. Yeah. Alright, Gypsy. We'll see you on the next documentary.
These remarks were undeniably cutting, and they quickly went viral. Clips from the live spread across social media, sparking heated debates among fans and critics alike. For some, Jeffree's comments were just another example of his dark humor, unfiltered and unapologetic. But for others, it was a betrayal of the friendly demeanor he had previously showed toward Gypsy. To them, it seemed like Jeffree had used Gypsy for clout, only to turn on her for laughs once the moment had passed. Unsurprisingly, Gypsy did not take these comments lightly. Though she did not respond publicly at the time, she unfollowed Jeffree on all social media platforms shortly after the live went viral, signaling the end of their association. The feud between Jeffree and Gypsy reached new heights during Jeffree's appearance on the cancelled podcast hosted by Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield. In this episode, Jeffree revisited the subject of Gypsy, and his remarks were even more pointed than before. Reflecting on their initial interaction, Jeffree claimed that many of his fans had encouraged him to collaborate with Gypsy. However, he made it clear that any potential partnership was off the table, delivering the now infamous line, "Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collaborating with the murderer. We are not doing it this year."
People kept being like, she wants to collab, and I'm like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collabing with a murderer. We're not doing it this year.
I need like a list of iconic things you say on today's episode.
and-
That's one. I want her on canceled regardless so bad.
So-
but I like do
So
this
here's my
thing.
issue. I'm very sarcastic and I battle and I'm live all the time. I say really crazy funny jokes. I should have been a comedian, right? So we
Always
go
said that.
we
You
go
are.
live together. We have a good time. I'm not gonna collab with her. She's like, I don't know if she's hinting at it, but like, and she's also learning TikTok. And imagine you're in prison for so long and the phone is so new.
Oh my God.
It's like it must be such
Could
a
you
trip.
imagine what that even feels like?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my issue is that she thought I was all great, and then a couple weeks later, someone sends her a clip of a joke I made. Unfollow. She can't handle the humor.
Aw, boring.
This blunt statement left no room for misinterpretation. While some applauded Jeffree for his honesty and refusal to shy away from difficult truths, others criticized him for his harshness. It was especially surprising given his earlier support of Gypsy, raising questions about whether his initial friendliness was ever genuine. During the podcast, Jeffree also defended the controversial comments he had made during his Target Live. He insisted that his jokes were meant to be humorous and suggested that Gypsy's inability to handle his humor was a reflection of her sensitivity, not his insensitivity. For Jeffree, his brand has always been about pushing boundaries, and he seemed unbothered by the backlash his comments had received. As Jeffree was making waves with his comments, Gypsy was busy trying to reinvent her public image. In recent months, she has taken several steps to distance herself from the drama that has surrounded her since her release from prison. These efforts appear to be part of a broader strategy to promote her upcoming memoir, My Time to Stand, and her reality show, Life After Lockup. One of the most notable changes Gypsy has made is the rebranding of her social media accounts. She has deleted many personal posts, including ultrasound images from her pregnancy and photos with her estranged husband, Ken Acker.
Baby, not only did she delete a lot of her videos, honey, She even unfriended all of her family members. There are very few people she's following, and none of them are family members.
She has also dramatically reduced the number of people she follows on TikTok, narrowing it down to just 9 accounts, most of which are related to her upcoming project. This shift has sparked speculation about her motives, with some viewing it as a move to create a more polished, business-oriented persona. Interestingly, Gypsy has also created private accounts under a new name, Cousin Heart of Mine, where she shares more personal content and interacts with family members. These accounts are currently private and have a much smaller following than her main accounts, suggesting that Gypsy is trying to separate her personal life from her public persona. As Gypsy works to reshape her image, public opinion remains divided. Some see her efforts as a genuine attempt to move forward and build a better life for herself. Others, however, view her actions as opportunistic, pointing to her history of manipulation as evidence that her current moves are calculated rather than sincere. Critics have also noted that Gypsy has a history of leveraging her story for financial gain, from soliciting gifts on social media to positioning herself as a brand. While there's nothing inherently wrong with trying to monetize one's experiences, it does raise ethical questions, especially given the gravity of her past actions. The fallout between Jeffree Star and Gypsy Rose is a reminder of the complicities of internet fame and the bloodlines between authenticity and performance. For Jeffree, his comments have only solidified his reputation as a polarizing figure who isn't afraid to speak his mind, no matter the consequences. For Gypsy, her branding efforts represent both a fresh start and a continuation of the strategic thinking that has defined much of her life. Let us know of your thoughts in this dramatic saga in the comments below. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of internet drama. Until next time, stay curious.